everyone. This is Miss Norwin from Citizenship. We in Kingsdale, we're quite lucky that we have quite a broad curriculum and students study citizenship, both in Year 7 and Year 8. They then have the opportunity to sit citizenship early GTAC in Year 10. In Year 9, they will study both RS and citizenship, and at the end of Year 9 make a decision on which subject they want to carry on with in Year 10. And then after Year 10, they will never need to study it again or do RS again. Now, obviously, it's based on their preferences in Year 9, but their exam will be considered how well they do across all assessments in Year 9. So if they are doing better in citizenship than RS, then they would be encouraged to take citizenship in Year 10 and do the early exam then. So we have 2 exams, and both exams are worth the same, 80 marks each, and both exams are 1 hour 45 minutes. Obviously you get extra time if you need it. The good thing about the citizenship paper is there's various types of questions, so it suits all abilities. You have multiple choice questions, then you have short questions which are like 2-3 marks. Then you'll get a source question which they provide you with like a 500 word article, and it's a 6-mark question that you have to answer. You also get like a mini statement essay question, so a statement, and you give arguments for and against it. So here it's arguing, is it right for trade unions to strike? We also have 12-mark essay questions where you would get again 2 sources or 2 different opinions, and you have to tell the examiner which opinion you agree with more and why. That's the good thing about citizenship. It is mainly about having your opinion and being able to justify it. And obviously in class we're going to help you create those opinions using evidence and information. And then lastly, you have a 50-mark essay question. So you get a statement and you have to tell us to what extent, how far do you agree with this viewpoint. The good news is we do practice all of this. We would have tried out all these different types of questions by the time we get to studying it at GCSE. So what will we be studying? What we've tried to do at Kingsdale is try and give you like a brief introduction to what we're studying at GCSE in Year 7 and Year 8. Some of the stuff you're going to be like, oh yeah, we've learned that. We're just going to further depth and detail at GCSE. So there are 5 themes. Okay. So theme A is essentially looking at how the population has changed in the UK and the diversity we have, and looking at community cohesion, how communities get along. We look at things like the Windrush movement, how EU impacted migration. We look at how human rights developed, the history and the origins, how well are human rights protected, and we also look at local council. Theme B is my favourite topic. It's democracy. We look at voting, parliament, government, political parties, our constitution. We compare Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and we look at taxation. Theme C is about law and justice. We look at civil law, criminal law, how people are punished, how the youth is punished, how youth and adult courts are different. We look at individual roles like justices and judges, magistrates, police officers. And essentially we look at if justice is achieved in the UK. We look at the rule of law and, if prisons work. So lots of really interesting questions when it comes to theme C. So theme A, B and C is essentially mainly paper 1. And paper 2 is mainly theme D. A big bulk of it is theme D, and it's about power and influence. Essentially, it's about political participation. How do us as individuals participate in politics? Do we lobby people? Do we march? Do we join pressure groups like Greenpeace? Then we look at media, and we look at the influence the media has. And here on the screen, you've got Rupert Murdoch, and as we know that he owns quite a lot of the media, and we look at how the media can be good journalism, and obviously how the media can be bad. And then we look at IGOs, so international government organizations. We look at the UN, the Commonwealth. We even look at the EU. We look at NATO. We look at all these organizations, and we look at the impact they've had on the world, the UK, the relationship with the UK, and particularly human rights. Then lastly, I think is everyone's favorite theme. It's theme E, where students have to build their own campaign. So we first analyze other campaigns, so maybe something like Greenpeace or Amnesty International, and then the students go into groups and create their own campaign. This year my students did a really great job during lockdown, and I had some students create campaigns about mental health being delivered in school better, maybe recycling better in school, so instead of using more recyclable cups and plates and stuff at lunchtime. One group looked at gender pay gap and how we could improve that still, and another group looked at consent. So there's so many, you could choose what you want to campaign about, and it's a great opportunity to actually do it. We had students who have to go out and do primary research. They surveyed 250 people. They used Snapchat, they used Instagram to do that. We had students interview MPs, email MPs, and look at influential people to try and help actually make an impact. And then what will happen is you will get examined on your campaign in June. So you will do your campaign within school grounds, within the local community, and you have evidence. You build up your portfolio, every poster you made, every letter you've written, and then in the exam you will be asked specifically about your campaign. So it's a really interesting theme, this section, and students have thoroughly enjoyed it working in groups. Why choose citizenship? I think it's fair to say, and especially if you've had me as your teacher, it's interesting and fun. Okay, you get to debate. It's about issues that we, all around us. It's relevant. It's relatable. Everything that comes across in the news, you can use it in your exam every single time, and it builds on your prior knowledge. You all have done this. All the students have learned at least bits and bobs of it in year 7 and 8. So all you're doing is building on the knowledge you already know. So you're already capable of doing a GCSE in citizenship. So yeah, do choose citizenship. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask your citizenship teachers. Feel free to ask me. But I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.